Disabled people have often been portrayed within broadcast, news media, literature, advertising, and film in negative ways which rely on a handful of demeaning and dehumanising stereotypes. Through this overwhelming episode of 60 Minutes, the Wellham family reach out to enforce the impact their son Max has on their lives. The media here aims to raise awareness of the struggles people with severe non-verbal autism go through on a daily basis, as well as their surrounding loved ones. The media makers' 60 Minutes perspective towards the issue are seen to be explained as horrible and terrifying to watch. Autism spectrum disorder refers to a group of complex neurodevelopmental disorders characterized by repetitive and characteristic patterns of behavior and difficulties within social communication and interaction. The symptoms are present from early childhood and affect daily functioning. The term spectrum refers to a wide range of symptoms, skills, and the level of disability. Throughout the media piece chosen, it is evident to see that the autism Max has requires a need for more support for himself and family. The autism depicted creates multiple barriers for Max and his family. Max's parents come to the heartbreaking conclusion of developing their family home into a care facility. To do this, it meant that Liz and her 3 other children had to move out, while Sean stays with Max as his carer. Supporting students with disabilities to access social and learning opportunities available within the general education curriculum has been a long-standing focus of federal legislation, policy initiatives, and research efforts. For students with autism spectrum disorder, these effects have resulted in increasing numbers of students spending at least some proportion of their day in general education classrooms, states Eric Carter. However, due to Max's non-verbal abilities, he hasn't been able to receive proper education like other disabled students. Liz states, "There is nothing out there, so this is the best solution," impacting them negatively. On a positive note, 60 Minutes seek professional and educational advice from Deb Goldfinch, who is the Chief Executive of Irabana Autism Services, that provides an outlook for Max's future and hope for his family. Deb highlights a young boy named Chris who also has severe non-verbal autism and exclaims his past of violent behaviours. Since being at Irabana Autism Services, the centre have helped him learn to read, write numbers, and also manage his behaviour through education. Controversially, it's highly evident to see that the media has reflected only on the positives for Max's future. To strengthen my argument, when intensively underpinning the media, it does not delve into Chris's past, therefore is not an accurate representation to say Chris's behaviour was the same as Max's current behaviour. Seeing that autism spectrum disorder portrays various effects on people differently, 60 Minutes have failed to depict the different types. Therefore, 60 Minutes does not display a reliable vision of autism spectrum disorder for society. Consequently, stereotypes such as "they're all violent" and "they can't communicate normally" are formed. For a student who has autism, it leads to segregation from classroom learning and being neglected from the teacher and peers, which enhances the disabled student's poor self-esteem, anxiety, and can aggravate the students to become violent, which decreases the chance of being able to achieve their academic best. Contrastingly, the media does not portray how severe students with autism can be included. They portray how difficult it is to include them. The social barrier is evidently portrayed as other siblings in the family fear from their brother, feel uncomfortable in their own house, and therefore implemented the locks on their bedroom doors for protection. The media piece does not indicate the fact that there are other options for the Wellham family that can support their son Max. Adverse attitudes and behaviour of people cause attitudinal barriers. Society portrays disabled people with dehumanising stereotypes such as an inconvenience to society if they have an impairment. This would be the idea of seeing some but not others as deficient in various ways. The idea is that society makes people unable to function as they are capable of functioning. To back this up, attitude research shows many people are uncomfortable with mental illness but less so with physical disability. This is due to the lack of knowledge about disabilities society has. Disabled people are engaged with a long and complicated struggle with the way they are portrayed. These include disability as a stigma, as a sign of a damaged soul, as being less than human, dependent, weak, and valueless. The result of this is that the arenas where society is depicted, most minority groups have been invisible to have their say. The media piece chosen represents a severe case of autism. This is a reliable source which investigates real-life experiences of the people. However, the role of the public media does not give an accurate representation as autism as a whole spectrum, which emphasises the exclusion of Max and is beyond one of the worst cases which is stated by the media. The idea of the interview aims to show society the difficulties families go through and its impacts on their lives.